Hi everyone! Welcome back to our channel. Be sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss any of the powerful information that the channel provides. If you're here, you're likely on a new and possibly overwhelming journey. Your child has just received a diagnosis, and you might be feeling a mix of emotions. First off, take a deep breath. You're not alone, and you've taken a huge step by seeking out information. In today's video, we're going to cover the essentials on how to research, understand, and process your child's diagnosis in a way that empowers you and helps you move forward with confidence. Whether your child has been diagnosed with autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, or another special need, this process is new and can feel overwhelming. Before we dive into research, the first and most important step is to allow yourself time to process the diagnosis emotionally. This may take days, weeks, or even longer, and that's okay. You may feel sad, confused, relieved, or even angry. These emotions are valid, and it's important to take care of your mental health as well. One helpful tip: write down your emotions in a journal. When you're ready, you'll be in a better mental space to begin the next step: researching. Okay, so you've taken some time to process, and now it's time to understand what your child's diagnosis means. The first step is to gather basic, reliable information. Start by visiting trustworthy medical websites like the CDC, Mayo Clinic, or NIH. Also, consider taking a look at the National Information Center for Children and Youth with Disabilities, the American Speech-Language Hearing Association, the Council for Learning Disabilities, and the National Autistic Society, just to name a few. These sources could be helpful places to search for more pertinent information during this time. Look for information that is evidence-based and reviewed by medical professionals. When you research, here are a few key questions to guide you. What are the main characteristics of this diagnosis? What are common symptoms or traits associated with it? How does it affect daily life, both short and long term? What types of therapies, treatments, or interventions are available? By answering these questions, you'll start to get a clearer picture of what this diagnosis means for your child. As you research, you'll quickly realize there's a ton of information out there. Some of it's great, but some can be outdated or misleading. Avoid relying too much on social media posts or personal blogs as your primary source of information. While they can be helpful for connecting with other parents or getting emotional support, they can sometimes spread misinformation. Stick to professional resources when learning about the medical aspects of the diagnosis. We in the All Abilities Corner ask that you please remember, what works for one child may not work for another, and that anecdotal evidence should never replace advice from medical professionals simply because anecdotal evidence may very well be not necessarily true or, for that matter, reliable. A great tip to help you find the right path for quality information are peer-reviewed research articles. These articles go through a rather lengthy process to ensure that the information obtained in the article is current, concise, and properly researched. Websites like Google Scholar or PubMed provide access to the latest studies on developmental disabilities. Chapter 4. Ask your healthcare team the right questions. Now let's talk about your healthcare team. After receiving a diagnosis, you'll likely have follow-up appointments with pediatricians, neurologists, or therapists. And these therapists can range from occupational to speech therapists to learning disabilities specialists. Parents, please take heed to this section as it is vitally important. It's crucial to go into these meetings with the right questions prepared. Take your time, don't feel rushed. Remember, you are your child's first line of defense, their first advocate. So here are some important questions to ask your child's healthcare providers. How does this diagnosis specifically affect my child? What are the treatment options available, and what's the recommended approach? Are there specialists we should consult? And how often should we follow up for evaluations or updates? Remember, your healthcare providers are there to support you. These questions will help you gain a clearer understanding of the next steps and prevent any important details from slipping through the cracks during these busy, sometimes overwhelming appointments. Take some time before the appointment to sit alone with your thoughts and a pad and pen. Write down any additional questions that you may want answered and ask them during the meeting. Be sure to not leave until you have proper clarity to your questions or you have been directed to someone who can help you find the answers. Again, this is all new for you, which is why you should be equipped with the right information. Chapter 5. Connect with parent support groups. After you've started gathering information, it's time to connect with other parents who've been through similar experiences. This is where you'll find practical, day-to-day advice and emotional support. Look for local or online support groups where parents share their stories, tips, and strategies. You'll be surprised at how much valuable information you can get from others who have walked the same path. Just be sure to filter what applies to your child and avoid comparing your child's progress to others. Support groups are there to provide a sense of community and shared understanding, not to make you feel pressured or inadequate. One great online resource is Facebook groups or forums dedicated to specific diagnoses. Chapter 6. Keep track of resources and tools. At this point, you've done a lot of research and connected with other parents. Now, it's important to organize everything you've learned. Keep track of resources, websites, tools, and professionals you encounter along the way. Consider creating a digital or physical binder where you keep notes, articles, and important contact information. Having everything in one place will save you time and energy when you need to access information quickly. Chapter 7. Focus on your child's strengths. Finally, it's important to focus on your child's strengths. A diagnosis is not a label that defines them. It's simply a way to better understand their needs and how to support their growth. Celebrate the unique qualities your child brings to the world. By focusing on their abilities and finding ways to nurture them, you can help them thrive. Remember, your child is not their diagnosis, so it isn't game over for them. To the contrary, the right information provides them with the least restricted environment possible. So let's embrace our kiddos and celebrate their accomplishments, big or small. They deserve it. Thank you, parents, for finding our channel and watching this video presentation. We will continue to produce content that you can place into your ever-growing bag of tools designed to assist you with your child's special needs. If you found this helpful, we ask that you do us a small favor and give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with other parents who might need this information. Leave a comment below with your own tips for processing a diagnosis so we can get a conversation going. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, we're all in this together. The All Abilities Corner is your system of support. See you next time.